The visions intensify, nights filled with the blonde woman's exploitation, men using her in seedy encounters. The young woman wakes screaming, marks on her body mirroring the abuse. In reality, ghosts haunt her, faceless men in the streets, whispering accusations. She confides in the kind young man, who worries for her sanity. Catchy, the barriers crumble, ghostly men pursue her through London, their faces decaying. At a Halloween party, dressed as the blonde woman, she hallucinates a murder, the charming man stabbing the blonde in rage. Blood splatters mirrors, screams echo. In a climactic dream, the murder unfolds in detail, the blonde woman fighting back, but seemingly slain. The young woman awakens determined to uncover the truth, believing the silver-haired man is the killer. In the quiet countryside, far from the bustling lights of the city, a young woman dances with abandon in her cozy room, surrounded by posters and records that whisper of a bygone era, the swinging 60s, full of glamour and promise. She's lost in the music, her movements fluid and joyful, as if channeling the spirit of those vibrant times. But this isn't just any dance, it's a ritual, a connection to something deeper. The camera sweeps through her space, revealing sketches of elegant dresses, fabrics draped like dreams waiting to be sewn. Suddenly, the scene shifts to a tender moment with an elderly woman, her guardian, who watches with a mix of pride and concern. They share breakfast, the air thick with unspoken worries. The elderly woman reminds her of the dangers of the big city, but the young woman's eyes sparkle with excitement. She's heading to London to chase her passion for fashion design. As the young woman packs her bags, flashbacks flicker like old film reels. Visions of her mother, a ghostly figure in the mirror, smiling sadly. It's a haunting reminder of loss, her mother's suicide years ago, but also a source of inspiration, as her mother was a designer too. The young woman hugs the elderly woman goodbye, boarding a train that chugs away from the green fields toward the urban sprawl. The soundtrack swells with 60s hits, building anticipation. Cut to her arrival in London, the city alive with energy, but overwhelming. She navigates the streets, wide-eyed, clutching her suitcase. She researches old newspapers, finding stories of missing men, not a murdered woman. At the police station, a kind female detective listens but dismisses it as delusion. Undeterred, she tracks the silver-haired man, confronting him at the pub. Accusing the silver-haired man of murder, she chases him outside. He denies it, fleeing into traffic, struck by a taxi. Dying, he whispers truth. Piecing it together, the young woman realizes the murders were the blonde woman's revenge. Panicked, she returns to the bedsit, informing the landlady she's leaving. Quiet tension builds, engaging dialogues revealing the landlady's knowledge. The twist hits. The landlady is the blonde woman, aged and bitter. Drugged tea, confession spill. The landlady killed the charming man in self-defense, then slaughtered her abusers, hiding bodies in the house. She attacks to silence the young woman. Catchy fight choreography, scrambling upstairs, knives flashing. Engaging psychological depth. The young woman sees the young blonde, sympathizing amid horror. A fire erupts from a knocked ashtray. The kind young man arrives, stabbed but fighting. Ghosts of the murdered men rise, pleading for justice. The landlady, seeing them, attempts suicide. The young woman arrives at the London College of Fashion, a hive of creativity and competition. The dorms buzz with students, but she stands out, shy, rural, dressed in handmade clothes that scream individuality amid the trendy crowd. Enter another young woman, her roommate, a sharp-tongued bully with a posh accent and a clique of followers. This roommate mocks her accent, her clothes, her everything, turning what should be an exciting new chapter into a nightmare of isolation. The scene woman tries to fit in but ends up alone, nursing a drink. The music pulses with modern beats overlaying 60s vibes, creating a disorienting blend that mirrors her unease. Amid the hostility, a bright spot emerges, a kind young man, another student, who notices her sketches and offers a genuine smile. He's awkward but sweet, sharing a cigarette outside, talking about dreams. Their conversation is engaging, a brief respite from the bullying, with close-ups on their faces showing budding connection. But the roommate's pranks escalate, stealing her designs, spreading rumors. The young woman lies in bed, staring at the ceiling, the camera tilting to show her growing anxiety. Visions flicker again, her mother's ghost in the mirror, urging her onward. Fed up with the dorm's toxicity, the young woman scans classified ads and finds a bedsit in Soho, rented by a stern elderly landlady. The landlady lays down strict rules. No men, no parties, no noise after dark, with a gaze that pierces like she knows secrets. The young woman agrees eagerly, unpacking in the quaint room with its creaky floors and vintage wallpaper. It's a time capsule, evoking the 60s she adores. She sets up her record player, spinning a tune, and for the first time in London, she smiles genuinely. That night, as the young woman drifts to sleep, she's transported to 1960s London, the streets alive with glamour. Women in miniskirts, men in sharp suits, the air electric with jazz and rock. She enters the Café de Paris, a lavish nightclub, but not as herself. She embodies a confident blonde woman, striding in with poise that turns heads. This blonde woman approaches a charming man, the club's manager, inquiring about singing gigs. Their chemistry is instant, flirty banter, stolen glances, as he promises to help her dreams come true. The charming man woos the blonde woman, leading to a passionate kiss under glittering lights. Back in the present, the young woman wakes with a start, but finds a love bite on her neck, blurring dream and reality. Energized by the dream, the young woman sketches furiously, designing a dress inspired by the blonde woman's style, pink chiffon, elegant lines. At college, she presents it, earning praise from professors but envy from her former roommate. The love bite puzzles her, a tangible mark from the intangible. She confides vaguely in the kind young man, their bond deepening over coffee. Sleep claims her again, pulling her back to the 60s. The blonde woman, now in the same bedsit, prepares for an audition arranged by the charming man. She sings beautifully, her voice echoing through a smoky nightclub, captivating the audience. Success seems within reach as the charming man beams proudly, their relationship intensifying with steamy encounters. This dream, waking, the young woman dyes her hair blonde, mimicking the style, her transformation startling classmates. The kind young man notices, intrigued yet concerned. Now blonde and bold, the young woman struts through college, her new look turning heads. She lands a job at a local pub, serving drinks with newfound confidence. There, an old silver-haired man stares, recognizing something in her, similarities to the blonde woman from his youth. He approaches, muttering cryptic words, but she brushes him off. The montage is catchy, quick cuts of her serving, laughing with patrons, interspersed with flashes of 60s glamour. Engaging dialogues with the kind young man reveal her growing obsession, as they date tentatively, a sweet kiss under streetlights. But apparitions begin, shadowy figures in mirrors, men leering. The landlady urges escape, perishing in flames. Later, the young woman's designs shine at a show, applauded by the elderly woman and kind young man. Mirrors reflect her mother's proud ghost and the blonde woman's grateful kiss.